Yesterday NASA released some shocking. 4 astronauts captured a series of the far side of the moon, sending the entire global astronomy into a frenzy. Among them was a total scene from lunar, the moon's line between, and countless razor-sharp claws. They even used the name of to name a crater. Next we're going into decoding this terrifying journey to see what other and what kind of miraculous romance are hidden behind cosmic images. The Orion spacecraft was at its closest, only about 550 km. The astronaut raised their cameras and captured a class. Against the backdrop of Earth looked just like a tiny blue bead hidden behind the crescent moon. Just take a moment to feel the visual, the moon and the endless universe all in. This is something we on Earth will never be able. Astronaut Vic Glover left a caption with the photo. All of this beauty is truly unbelievable. If you're re-looking at that image right now, don't hesitate to type respect, to salute the warriors who stepped beyond Earth, and to salute the ones who always look up at the star. Next comes the series of images, the peak moment. There is no second place this time. Here on Earth, when we watch, it lasts only right? But from lunar orbit, it is on a completely different, according to NASA. This total eclipse lasted nearly 54 minutes. Why is the difference so huge? Because the spacecraft was that the moon appeared in large enough to completely block the sun with. Look closely at the moon is blocking, but in the lower right corner, you can still Mars and Mercury lined up in a straight. In fact, Neptune is also, but because it is too far away and too dim, some people may ask why the star behind the moon looks so clear. Because during the eclipse, the moon, allowing the camera to expose longer and capture this. Because this was an extremely important, the astronauts had to wear protective glasses. Why? Because when the eclipse, the dazzling light from the sun's edge which was extremely. Christine Koch and Victor Glover were responsible and photography, while Jeremy Hansen to record for a full 7 hours. As for Commander Reid Wiseman, he simply gazed silently out the window. The view itself was already with no filter needed. Next are the close-up photos of the moon. First is the Oriental Basin, Mare Orientale. This is one of the and best preserved impact bays on the moon. You can clearly see its 3 concentric. The innermost ring surrounds a dome. The middle ring consists of mountain, and the outermost ring has a diameter of up to 900. Even more amazing is that in the dark lava region, right in the center, that is of a crater with extremely strong. As for this, I have to emphasize that shown here is something we basically have no way of, because it lies on the far side, right on the edge of a basin. The image reveals a transitional terrain to the flat lunar mare. What's more, it was captured exactly along, so the play of light and shadow makes it stand out with remarkable, just like a 3D render. The next could be called a cosmic meeting and farewell. First is an Earthset photo. The deep blue Earth, dotted with pure white cloud, is slowly sinking behind the crater lunar horizon. In fact, back in 1960, Apollo 8 captured the Earthrise photo, and in 1970, Apollo 17 also took a similar. Which one do you think is more beautiful? Now here's another priceless moment. This photo was taken 3 minutes emerged from the far. Here, we often see crescent moon, but if you want to a crescent, you have to go all the way to the moon, 400,000. At that time, the spacecraft had flown by and lost contact with Earth for a full. This giant rock called the moon had cleanly blocked all radio signals. The moment communication, astronaut Christina Koch, hearing sounds from Earth again, is truly wonderful. That sentence would sound ordinary, but out in deep, 400,000 kilometers away, Earth was their only support. At the very instant, the spacecraft burst out from and captured a breathtaking Earthrise. The grand silhouette of the moon was etched against. While flying past, the 4 astronauts sent a request to Mission Control in Houston. They wanted to name 2 newly discovered craters. One name was Integrity, with the nickname of their spacecraft. The other was named Karen. Commander Reid Wiseman's late wife, NASA Mission Control, replied that it had received the crater naming request for Integrity and Karen. After these proposals will be formally submitted to the Inter-Astronomical Union. This is the first time in human history that the name of a departed spouse has onto the And it happened for real indeed, carrying the most simple and purest human emotion. Artemis-era has begun its journey. Inside the spacecraft, there is still of image recorded while orbiting the moon. Because deep space is limited, the data cannot all back in one go. NASA has to prioritize the trend of health monitoring data for so this batch of photo is only the appetizer. It is expected the space in the Pacific Ocean off the coast in the coming weeks or even months